So what's a decision? Nothing else than you making up your mind and deciding what you're gonna do. What if I fail? What if I cannot achieve that? What if I just make that decision, and if it's the wrong decision, then what's gonna happen to what I already have planned? Get lousy questions, you're gonna get lousy results. It doesn't matter if the outcome is right or if it's wrong. If it's right, great, then I get to do it again. If you make the wrong decision, okay, take that as a learning experience. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back once again. Today I want to talk to you about decisions. I'm gonna dive in right into it because decisions is a word that for the longest I neglected. For the longest I just couldn't really grasp myself. I understand what a decision is, but I really understand what the meaning was on it. And so over the weekend, I'm actually in the process of taking a course, and I'm hearing Tony Robbins speak, and he says, hey, you got to make a decision on what you want to do. What is it that you ultimately want to do? And so that's what I want to talk to you about, just decisions, and a lot of the times, just the limited belief that just gets in the way from us, just reaching that full potential that we know we're capable of. So without further ado, so what's a decision? Nothing else than you making up your mind and deciding what you're gonna do. And you say, nothing is gonna get in the way of getting what I'm really after, okay? Now, with that comes a lot of limiting belief that gets in our way. And a lot of the times, we say, well, what if I fail? What if I cannot achieve that? What if I just, if I make that decision and if it's the wrong decision, then what's gonna happen to what I already have planned? A good example of that is what's happening right now in our economy, because we're seeing a lot of fear heading into everybody's mind. I read articles, and it's really easy for me to read in between the lines when the author is trying to put fear into you when you're reading that article. This morning, I was actually reading an article from this lady who happened to just buy a house last year when the housing market was at its peak. And everything just started going up in price, okay? Everything started going up in price, and now the lady, I feel bad for the lady because the person, she is a single mom, can barely make the mortgage payment, and just reading in between the lines of what the fear the author is trying to insert into you, telling you a story that is obviously sad, you can empathize with that. Now, with that comes, well, what decision did the person make when she bought a house? Because obviously she made the decision to purchase a house. Now she can no longer afford it. Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? Okay. But at least she made the decision to go ahead and purchase her house. Now, I'm sure she's going to figure it out a way. I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity for her to earn more money, get out of the debt that she has right now, so that therefore she can provide for her kids, because she is a single mom. And my props go out to her. My head goes off to someone like that, because they take the courage. They take the courage to make that decision and say, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, most of us, we get stuck in the how. Okay, but if I do that, then how am I going to do it? Now, Tony says, get lousy questions, you're going to get lousy results. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions, the quality of the decisions that you make for yourself. So if I make lousy decisions, guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get lousy results. But if I make great decisions, guess what I'm going to get? I'm going to get great results. Okay? It doesn't mean that I made the right decision. It just means that I made a decision to stick by that decision. It doesn't matter if the outcome is right or if it's wrong. If it's right, great. Then I get to do it again. That builds the muscle, the brain muscle, to just starts to work out inside of me, that it gets me into the habit of making a decision. Now, if I make the wrong decision, is it the end of the world? Not literally is it the end of the world. What I mean is it going to affect me in a big way? It just depends on the kind of decision that you're making. But with that, like I was saying to you, comes the learning experience. What you get out of it. If you make the wrong decision, okay, take that as a learning experience. Take that as a learning experience that, it didn't work out. Great. So now what can I do? What do I need to do in order for me to not make that wrong decision again? right? So it's a learning experience that we all go through, is those valleys, right? Because life, a lot of times we think that life is just this beautiful ride that we're always going to go up and everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to be great. And then when we hit a wall, when we hit into reality, that's really not what life is all about. Life is about the experiences, the failures that we all experience. And then when we hit through the valleys, when we're at the lowest points, that's when we learn the most. And that's one of the things that I'm being present to when it comes to making a decision. Now, why was this video important for me to make? Because I just recently started being more present, like I said, to the fact that when I make a decision, am I going to stick by that decision, or am I just saying it because I'm excited? Because most of us make decisions when we're feeling good. I'm guilty of it. I've done that multiple times, plenty of times, where I make the decision when I'm feeling good at the moment. I didn't make the decision when I was feeling like crap, basically. But when you make that decision when you're feeling like crap, that is when you know you got that muscle inside of you that is building for you. It's moving forward. And therefore, you can start taking the right actions. You can start spotting opportunities that you say, man, you know what? Maybe if I go to the left, it's not the right way to go, but you're going to the left. You made the decision that I'm going to go to the left. I'm going. But the more that you make decisions, the more you're going to stumble in life, the more opportunities you're going to be able to spot for you to say, wait a minute, I don't believe that this is the right way. Maybe I'm out to go to the right, and let's see what happens. And then you adjust. You're able to pivot. You make the decision to go ahead and change the course of where you are heading with your own personal life, career, family, whatever that is. So another thing that you must know when you're making a decision is that decision is fathered by action. Meaning, as I was giving you the example, that if I go this way, I made the decision, but therefore I must take action. Nothing serves me, it's not going to serve me in any way if I make the decision, but yet I say, well, I'm going to wait until the sun gets better. I'm going to wait until it's cloudy and it stops raining. Well, I'm going to wait till the economy gets better. Yeah, I'm going to wait until whatever excuse we like to put in front of ourselves for us not to take the action. Now, if you're going to make a decision, remember that the decision is fathered by the action, okay? And the decision is nothing's going to get in my way. I'm going to cut off every single thing except that's going to get me to where I want to get. Does that make sense? So that decision is going to allow me to know that I therefore can no longer mess with am I going to get the right decision? Am I not? It's just I made the decision, and therefore nothing's going to get in the way because I'm taking the action so that therefore I can make my way to whatever is it that I need to get. And as I was giving you the example earlier that I personally, and I'm sure you have as well, we have all made the decision when we're feeling excited and we're feeling good, but because we all have the capacity, we all have the ability, but what if we make the decision to make that decision when something is difficult, when things are not going well, and then you say, you know what, honey, we're having a very difficult time. Let's just say the financial aspect of it. We're having a very difficult time and we must make a decision on what we need to cut in our expenses so that we can therefore, provide properly for our kids. What is it that you think we need to cut? Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need this. Maybe we don't need the cable. Maybe we don't need that car. Okay? We don't need that car. Now, I'm probably going to hurt some of you like, what? My car? Yes. Sometimes, it takes that. It takes that difficult decision. You have to make the decision. So then with that, you must make a decision on what to focus on. And I'll go back to the example that I was giving you earlier about the article that I was reading. The author, he was given a lot of fear in that article. He was given a lot of fear, and guess what? Most of us, we get sucked into that. We get sucked right into it. We let our mind control us rather than saying, I control you, mind. I'm in control, not you. That is one of the things that I started doing in the mornings, and I want to share that with you. In the mornings when I get up, I get in the shower, but it's cold water. And let me tell you, it's not pleasant. It doesn't feel good, but it's the muscle, it's the brain muscle that I was telling you earlier that I am working on developing, that every day is getting stronger, that I just turn on the water. And yes, I stay there, for a minute, brushing my teeth, and then boom, I jump in the shower. I say, you know what? Now, there's no negotiation with me. There's not going to be no negotiating. I'm jumping in now. Okay? So that is one of the muscles that I'm telling you that we must need to understand, that we all have the capability, we all have the ability to take that uncomfortable action and what to focus on. Because what you focus on, it starts to expand. If I focus on the negativity, guess what I'm going to be attracting to my life? I'm going to be attracting nothing but negativity that is going to surround me by everything else. Everything, everywhere that I look. If I look to the left, if I look up or down, everything is going to be negative. But if I decide, no more, that's it, no crap, I'm going to cut off the crap, nothing gets in the way, then I say, well, I'm going to focus on being grateful. I'm going to focus on, just being thankful for that I'm here. Well, guess what? I'm going to start expanding that. I'm going to start just experiencing gratefulness, everywhere I go. People are going to feel that because we're a magnet. Like attracts like. If I'm negative, I'm going to attract negative people. If I'm positive, if I'm grateful, I'm going to attract positive and grateful people. Think about it like this. If I say, well, my right arm hurts. It hurts me, okay? And I know that it hurts me, but I'm saying, man, it hurts. All of my energy, all of my focus goes to my right hand, and it starts to hurt even more. But if I say, you know what, I feel great, my right hand feels great, and this is not no motivational, this is not like, I feel great. No, this is just a decision that you decide to make. You know what, I'm not even going to focus on that. I'm sure that you have the experience where, you go back 10, 15 minutes later and you say, wow, I forgot that I had that cut, or I forgot that I had this pain. But then you go back and you think about it and it's like, oh my God, it's there. But you had the ability unconsciously to now focus on that. So therefore, that was gone. That was out of you. So think about that for a minute, because that is very powerful what I just gave you right now. If you can spot that on when you're doing that, it's not going to be easy at first. It's going to take time. It's a muscle. It's like when you go to the gym and you start working at your muscles, you don't go to the gym once and then you come out, yeah, I got the muscles now. You go in there, you do it over and over and over and over and over until you start seeing results. Little by little, 1% at a time. Getting better. I'm getting better. Same thing with the brain muscle. You start exercising the muscle of what to focus on, who you're going to have who's going to surround you, the people you're going to have around you. Let me tell you, that is one of the greatest things one of the greatest decisions you could ever make. A decision, again, that'll be one of the greatest decisions you could ever make, because it's going to be an uncomfortable decision that is going to allow you to get rid of your limiting beliefs that are getting in the way from you breaking through that threshold and reaching your full potential. Does that make sense? So that is one of the things that I wanted to share with you, because the more that I am more present to it, is the more that I'm understanding to that. And the only way that you and I are going to learn is if I share that with you, and then therefore you can take the action. You can share this video with somebody that is struggling and making a decision. You know who they are. Maybe it's you, but maybe it's somebody that you know. Give them this video. Share this video and tell them, you know what? I found a great content that is going to show you, that is going to allow you to understand when you're making a difficult decision, and that if you make that difficult decision, that something good, something bad might come out of it. We don't know. Am I making the right decision? Making the decision? I don't care. But nothing's getting in the way, because I just made that decision to go for it, and nothing's going to get in the way. Trust me. That is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing to do for you. So now, 3 things that I want to leave you with. Okay. These are very important for you. Maybe I will write it down. Number 1, you're going to make a decision on what to focus on. Number 1, what to focus on, because it all starts with the mind. Whatever am I going to focus on, that's what I'm going to attract. That's what it's going to expand. Okay, it's going to expel all the crap, all the negativity, all the things that doesn't serve me well. They're going to get pushed out of the way, and I'm going to be attracting new energy into my life. So make a decision on what to focus. Number 1. Number 2, what does it mean? what this new thing, this new phase, this new thing in life that I'm focusing on, what does that mean? As I gave you the example earlier, when you ask lousy questions, you get lousy results. Ask great questions, you get great results. And I understand that a lot of the times, you don't have the right answer. But the more that you do it, it's the brain muscle, the more it's going to come to life. After you focus on number 2, what does it mean? Great. What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do? So this is where you take action, massive action. Remember the 80-20 rule, and the 80-20 rule applies for most things in life. 80% of it is psychology, 20% of it is mechanics. That's what it is here. That's why question number 1 is, what am I going to focus on? What does it mean? Psychology, 80%, okay? What am I going to do about it? 20%. But we have the tendency of doing it backwards. We say, what am I going to do? Oh my God, this is thing, like the world is coming to an end. How am I going to do that? That is a very lousy question that you're asking yourself. And that's why we don't take action, because complexity is the mother of execution. The more complex you make it, the less action you're going to take on it. I hope that this serves you, because it has served me very, very in a great way. So everything that I have gained over the years of my failures, okay? That's why we have the name of the channel, Through Failure and Success, because we have experienced more failures than success. Believe me, I didn't make that name just for no reason. Just because it sounded nice, it sounded, cute. There's none of that. Part of my life has been nothing but failure. Failure after failure after failure after failure. But I'm starting to see the light. I'm starting to see what it means. And as I do that, I'm starting to find the purpose of that. And that purpose is that I want to share that with you. Because my goal is to be a bridge for you, so that therefore you can minimize the times that you go down in life. I want to help you be that bridge. I want to help you get to where you want to be faster. I understand, most of the problems that maybe you're facing right now. Believe me, I've been through so many of them. And so my whole purpose is for me to share those with you. Those are my gifts to you, because I believe that if I don't share those with you, then I left this world, again, I made the grave even wealthier, and I don't want to do that. I want to rob away from that so I can pour it onto you. So I hope that serves you. Again, follow us if you haven't done so. Click the bell notification. Click the subscribe button that is going to be down here. Social media, everything is going to be down below. The link to our social medias are going to be there as well. So feel free to follow us, because every week we put out content. And if you find the value in this video, I only have one request on that you share this with anybody that may serve from this content. Because I believe that if you make that decision to help them make that decision in whatever area in life that they're struggling with, if you're able to give them that golden nugget, believe me, you just serve them in a big way. And I hope that you can do that. Until then, see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.